This shit is making like Check it out. I don't know what microphone it's using. I don't know. This is my first time doing this. Sorry. I'm like really bad at live streaming. I'm a bad streamer. Um, but this is the second live stream that I've done today because I'm a narcissist and it's Pride Month. And I said that I would do some streams before I moved. And so here's me doing those fucking streameronies. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jeffrey Vega. Yeah, so if this is your first time seeing me, yeah, this is just I'm just some asshole, as the description says. Sorry, I'm like staring into my own eyes. This is like an eerie feeling, live streaming on YouTube. Good morning to you, goofy boy. I don't know where you are. Recently on HRT, and your content's always been so comforting. Thank you. That's amazing to hear. That's awesome that you're starting HRT too. So this is a question and answer stream. So I asked like on all my social medias, like send me fucking questions. I don't know what to expect. Um, and yeah, so let's do it. I think this is gonna be like uploaded to my fucking channel. You know what I mean? Do you hear me by the way? Like tell me if the audio is like good, bad. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm going to be just answering these questions. I'm not gonna lie. And I think that this is being uploaded to my main channel, like as like a fucking video that's gonna be in people. Audio is okay. There's some audio static, little bit robot audio, crackly audio for you. You know that might be my beard. That'd be strange. Turning off my Bluetooth right now. Okay, how's this? Is this a little better? Was that bad? Oh fuck. Sorry. I am close to 100K. So my 100K video is going to be probably just Jordan Peterson again. Significantly better. Great. Awesome. All right, let's get to the best. If I switch to a different tab, does it do anything to my video? I just did it. But yeah, Penis Prager is my favorite. And he's gone, though, unfortunately. If you haven't heard, R.I.P. Penis Prager. He fell down the stairs. Still the same video? It paused the stream? Okay, well, I'll switch as fast as possible then. Alright, gotcha. Yeah, Penis Prager is the best because he's first of all, he's consistent. Like, he made the Fireside Chat weekly for, like, multiple years. He speaks with very clear audio. Like, his voice has a great timbre to it. It's very editable. And he says a lot of ridiculous shit, you know what I mean? He's also just really fucking funny. He's like a Santa Claus if he was evil, you know? Like, it wasn't the original Santa Claus evil, you know? Somebody should look into that. Yeah, but now that Penis Prager's gone, I would say that it's probably... I mean, I've avoided the political shit for a really long time right now. Do you think you can make a YouTube poop of a gaming stream, or would that be dumb? No, nothing. No YouTube poop of anything would be dumb. YouTube poop can be made of anything. Go for it, you know? If you think it would be funny, then it would make a good YouTube poop. That's the only rule. That's the only rule. But yeah, now that Penis Prager's gone, probably... I don't know, I've been avoiding the political stuff, like I said, and it's, like, really hard to watch it now that Trump's been elected, but I'm getting back on the horse and doing Jordan Peterson right now, who is not my favorite. And Ben Shapiro was never my favorite. Ben Shapiro sucks, you know? He's only good because he's, like, articulate. He's easy to edit that way. But, like, yeah, to answer your question, I gotta give it to Omni-Man, personally. Okay, next, Lou's House, I assume, is what you're referencing. Lou's House is my, mine and my boyfriend's nonprofit that is currently on hold, honestly, as a project, while we figure our shit out, personally. We've raised, like, $4,500 for Lou's House. It's to rehouse trans people. But obviously, we're not going to stay in San Francisco forever, and we're probably going to move Lou's House to a different state at some point. But yeah, we are going to lose the house when we move. Yeah, go donate to Lou's House, lou'shouse.org. Pause for a while. Husband loved it. Let me read some of your guys' chat messages. I feel like I need to give you attention. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at rock, paper, scissors? You're a 7. Me? I'm a 1, man. I always pick fucking rock. That shit always wins. You know what I'm saying? Can you do Matt Walsh? Uh, hi guys. You mean like an impression? Hi guys, I'm Matt Walsh. I like, try not to say children challenge. Yeah, Jubilee Jordan Peterson YouTube poop. Yeah, so I'm working on that. There's, if you want to see a most recent edit, you can watch the VOD on Twitch that I did today. Lou is Lou Sullivan. It's named after Lou Sullivan. He was a trans man who lived in the, well, he died in the 90s, right, baby? That's my boyfriend, by the way, Cabin Worm I'm talking to. No, he died in the early 2000s, but he was a gay trans man that was great, and he wrote a diary that I really love. Watch it, or read it, not watch it. It would make a really fucking pornographic movie, to be honest. Have you watched Fesh Pins? Of course. Yeah, that was one of the OGs. This is the first vertical stream I've ever seen on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this is. Like, I feel like, what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be, like, walking around, like, watching me like we're on a video call together? I feel like that's how it would be portrayed in the movies. Are you aware of the fact that you're currently the funniest person on YouTube? Yeah. No, I don't believe that, honestly. I think that there are some really fucking funny and creative people out there. And I'm just trying to be one of them, honestly. Oh, snap, you're so close to 100K. Yeah, Reject Convenience. I feel like I should do something special for it. Maybe this Q&A is that. You know what? That's what it is. This Q&A is the something special. What was that? Why am I looking like this now? All smooth and shit. Turn that off. Yeah, I feel like we should do something special. Maybe this is it. You know, this is the party. It's like Pride Month outside in San Francisco. I live in the Castro of San Francisco, and so like all the gays are out. You know, yeah, they're walking around without their clothes on, basically. You see a lot. You see everything, every crease on these people. You know, it's beautiful. You gotta love the human body. But yeah, I was just chilling outside, just people watching. It's Pride Month outside. Yeah, it sure is. Inside, it might be a straight Pride parade. You know what I'm saying? Do you think there would be meat on the bone to Poop House MD? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I haven't watched it very much, but like, holy shit, is like, it's just a funny premise. Like Sherlock in a hospital, you know, is hilarious. The idea of House is ridiculous. Law and Order is also a good source, but I'm gonna take a look at a Dr. Phil for one of my next YouTube poops. So look out for that. Let's go back to another paused video for those of you watching the live stream. Hi, Couch Potato. Hi, Limmy. It pauses when you switch tabs. Gotcha. Okay. Well then maybe there's a way. Oh shit. Oh my god, we lost like 70 viewers because of that. I'm just gonna stay here then. You know what? Fuck NGL. Right? Like, fuck not gonna lie. This is not gonna lie. Can we have a YouTube poop of your own chatter? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't give a shit. You know, some people have been making YouTube poops of my live streams on like Twitch or whatever, and that's been really, really fucking funny. So yeah, check it out. Who made those? I forget who it was. Kudos Live, that's who it was. Check out Kudos Live. Gay people scare me because they're too cute. That's so true. Oh shit, shout out SF. Yeah, I was thinking about moving to New York City because of Mamandi. Mom Donnie. Fuck. I'm also a little bit intoxicated. I'm sorry. We're celebrating Pride Month. It's for the gays, you know? Yeah, but New York City seems dope. Or it's going to be dope. And I want to be a fucking part of it. I want to be in that renaissance, you know? I want to be where it's happening. I want to be where people are. I want to be whatever. You know, you relate. As the viewer, you relate. Love you, Tall Bart. Hey, Laser Stan. Thank you. Do you have one bearded dragon? I would love a bearded dragon. I seem like that kind of guy, don't I? I mean, like, we have a cat, but she's sleeping right now, so I'm not going to bother her. Her name is Charlotte. She's orange, and she's very small. Very small. I love her so much. You don't look like Bart at all. No, I don't. I just look like some guy. Is there going to be a more Fortside chat? No. Penis Burger fell down, literally. And he can't move, and he can't speak. And so he is not going to be returning ever. So, bye. It paused for everyone? Yeah, that was fucked up. I gotta scroll back down to the live. Whoa, YouTube does vertical live streams? So grateful for all the laughs. Have a pride beer on me. Thank you, Ethan Santu. Thank you so much for the $9.99. Wow. I can heart it? Oh, that's cool. Oh, snap. Look at this cool donation button. Thank you so much, Reject Convenience, for the $10. That's really nice of you. Very tall Bart, I have much respect for your poop. Sad to hear the end of Penis Prager. Not sad about Dennis. No comment. No comment. I understand that this is going to be probably viewed by more people than my Twitch live streams, so I'm gonna keep it chill. You know what I mean? Thank you for answering, brother. I did think you looked like that type of fellow. Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that very hard. Yo, reject convenience too. Reject convenience? I mean, I like, 7-Eleven. I like 76, I don't want to reject all convenience. I mean, I could live without 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? Please do more David Lynch for Twin Peaks: The Return. I will do more David Lynch. I just need to actually sit down once I get time to actually watch Twin Peaks, because I've only seen the first season. And even at that, I don't think I finished it. I was too young. I just didn't understand it, So I got to check it out again. I hope somebody poops my live streams of reading privacy policies. That'd be very funny. Yeah, anything would. That's the point of YouTube poop. Anything can be funny. Sorry. Thank you for the $1.99. From eShine. I miss Derma Rockers. Why'd he leave us? Is that a? I can't just heart every single one. I realize that this is going to be on like the permanent record. You know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that, but you guys should check out Judge Keck. That's a YouTube pooper. If you're talking about YouTube poopers, I really like Judge Keck. Twin Peaks Season 2 worst episodes will be a content farm. See, I feel like there's a difference between pooping something that you enjoy pooping and something that you hate, It's always one or the other, almost always. And of course, anything can be funny, like I just said, but, the point is that... Yeah, like if it's mid, that's the worst. You know what I mean? Like I can watch right-wing propaganda, like the worst shit, people like saying awful shit, and make that funny. And I can watch like TV shows I like and make that funny. But like it's the middle that's so fucking hard for me, and that's where a lot of YouTube poopers like thrive. Editing like middle content, that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, not gonna lie, your invincible edits are peak, and most people I've shown them to will laugh. Well, I mean, I have opinions on it. I feel like I'll maybe save those for like the official commentary track on like my videos or whatever those are called. And YouTube poop commentaries, that's what it is. And I feel like I will, I'll save it for that. Hey Bart, $2 because I'm poor. Much love from New Zealand. Well, I'm very poor too, so I appreciate it. I was also thinking about moving to New Zealand. I can't heart every single one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done with the hearts this stream. But thank you guys for the hearts. That's very nice. I see those. Yeah. So we are also thinking about moving to Belgium. That's possible. Belgium is also thank you for the $2 again. They have a PhD program there that my boyfriend is pursuing. Yeah, that's Cabin Worm if you want to follow him. He's a trans activist and a philosopher, mainly. I feel like I'm going insane. Which poop was it where Trump goes like, he gay? He gay? Damn, man. He gay. Which one is that from? Isn't that from... There was like a span of like 3 to 5 videos with like really shitty thumbnails that have like really short titles like what, fart, You know, it might be in one of those. That's usually where clips like those are. It's in one of those. Base Bart, much love from Australia. HC. All right, we got the Southern Hemisphere popping off. Hell yeah. I forgore. Yeah, honestly, I forgore so hard that it's like I can't even remember like even slightly. XXX just came out. He gay. Tentacion. Oh shit, good for him. I thought he was dead. YouTube poops are for autistic weirdos. Yo, so true, eShine, for the $2. Why are you so tall? I already answered that. I'm not. I'm 5'11". I'm actually tiny. Did you make a steak? No, but I should talk about like the invincible YouTube poops, like the We Can Be Bees thing. Like, have you guys seen like the We Can Be Bees meme? Because I always have my head down when it comes to other people's content or what people are posting on the internet. I'm always just working on whatever, or just taking a break from everything, because even scrolling the internet is like just more work. But like, I love work, you know what I mean? Otherwise I wouldn't exhaust myself doing it. Anyway, but you know, I scrolled TikTok, I downloaded it again, and every single post was We Can Be Bees. Mark, I made a steak, and fucking, what was the other one? The Semen Demon. And like, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy. I didn't realize that was happening at all. But that was cool. I don't know what else to say, really. It's like, it's just kind of chill. I'm not used to that level of spotlight. You know what I mean? I still think of myself as pretty tiny. I don't know if that's like faux humble or something. Nice poops. Thank you. Thank you so much, MG Blast. My personal fave from that video is That's a Little Horse, Cecil. Dang, you're a real one for that one. I love that joke. I thought that I was so clever for that. But on the Invincible videos in general, I feel like Bile is probably the worst one. Like, if I'm gonna rank them, like I said, I'm gonna save it, some of it, but like Bile and what's the other one I don't really like? N. I think N is okay, you know. It has like a weird edgy title, but whatever. Hunchuck, huh? Oh yeah, Slimmy. I love Slimmy. That's classic. What about Jordan Peterson Jubilee? I'm working on that right now. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be, you know, short, like I usually make it. It's not gonna be like full length, just the Jubilee video. It's also gonna be Joe Rogan, and you know, whatever else I find. Honestly, $5. Been a Patreon supporter for almost a year. Joy. Oh, hello. Sucrose. Love the Penis Prager lectures. Thank you so much, Joy, Sucrose, for the support over the years. It means a lot. Yeah, those of you those who are like ride or die. There's some people who are like fucking ride or die. You know what I mean? Like the first person who ever followed me, I still remember. It was Luigi Esquire was the name of the person. Luigi Esquire. So yeah, keep that shit in mind, you know, because eventually you'll be on a live stream telling people random facts about yourself. My favorite video is God is Dodd. Oh man, yeah, okay. You like the Christian propaganda ones. Are you ever going to do the AI Peterson again? No. Too many people have a problem with AI voice duplication now, just because it gives them vibes of like the rest of the AI shit that goes on. As far as I can tell, though, it's not as wasteful as the other AI things. The main reason I'm not going to do it ever again is because the site I used, 11 Labs, shut down. Not shut down, but they might as well have, because they fucking told they told me to fuck off, basically. You have to verify the voice that you duplicate now. Can't do that, you know what I mean? I'm not that good at a Jordan Peterson impression. I can do like a squeal every once in a while. I'm Jordan Peterson. But you know, like, point is that like I would love to. And I know there's other ways to duplicate voices pretty accurately, but 11 Labs was easily the best. Anyway. Very Tall Bart has one fan left. I am that fan. I think it's going to be Luigi Esquire. I think he's going to... It's like the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Why do you hate Gawk? I don't hate Gawk. I just have no opinion on Gawk, you know? You should poop JD Vance. Bro has it coming. They all have it coming. That's the problem, you know? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like... It's just JD Vance. I pooped him once talking to Talker Carlson, and he was pretty boring, to be honest. He makes weird reversible sounds, you know, like type shit, you know. He's like got one of those voices. You will beat best Luigi in trial by combat. See, the thing about Luigi Esquire is that Luigi Esquire was like an actual lawyer, is what I found out. Early followers of Tall Bart were like grad students and lawyers, strangely enough. You just YouTube pooped yourself? I poop myself every single fucking day of my life. I'm not ashamed. He's got a bounce, man. I mean, that's funny. I don't know. I'm hearing my own jokes. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, I saw somebody poop J.K. Rowling once. I'm not sure if they ever got uploaded to YouTube. They DM'd it to me privately. It was pretty good. But, like, J.K. Rowling, from what I can tell, has no personality. Like, you know those pictures you see of J.K. Rowling with, like, her scowl? You know? Like, that's just who she is. Like, I don't know. I don't even remember what her voice sounded like, so it probably wasn't very interesting. You have a talent for making Norm Macdonald more Norm. I do want to do more Norm Macdonald. The problem with those poops is that, like, this is a technical side of YouTube poops, but, like, Norm jokes, like, you can kind of only condense it down into one joke because, like, the joke is with Norm that he, in the YouTube poop of Norm, is that, like, you make it more uncomfortable, you know? And that really only works once, you know? Because then you have to one-up again and again and again, and then the silences just get longer. You know, it's just, like, it's hard to escalate that joke and string it out for very long, which is why I didn't do very much Norm. Anyway, his jokes are slow burns on purpose, yeah. This is what most of my live streams on Twitch are, by the way, is that I just fucking pontificate endlessly about the YouTube pooping process. Wait, so you're a gay guy doing quality YouTube poops. I don't know who you really are as a person other than that. Would be nice to understand behind the scenes. That's it. I mean, what do you need to know? Like, what the fuck? What do you need to know? I don't know. I'm not asking, like, accusatorily. You know what I mean? I'm, like, asking myself, like, what do you need to know about me? Like, I think, yeah, that I'm a gay white guy who makes content on the internet sometimes. And mostly just, you know, smokes weed. No, I'm joking. Where am I? Norm Macdonald has a really good voice to mess with. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do agree with that. He's the old Norm. Let's play fast food. I love fast food. That shit's bomb. Were you born AM or PM? I'm pretty sure I was born at 11 AM. Woo! This live streaming shit is hard. Will you ever do Sam Harris again? He has a lot of content. Sam Harris is another one where I could get into the technical aspect, but he's very difficult. He's not a good subject. He's too long-winded, too funny on his own. Not funny, but he tries to be funny. Like, he tells jokes. So, like, a lot of what he says is intentionally hilarious or whatever, or at least he thinks it is. And that's terrible energy for a YouTube poop, you know? Like, if you want the audience to laugh, like you need to be lampooning them. It needs to be unintentional comedy. Somebody being like, you know, pee pee poo poo, and then I say that, but then I poop the stand-up comedy, you know? So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you know? Maybe I should do Sam Harris more. You're right. Roberick. YouTube can't stop CS188 from making all these dirty jokes. CS188 and I have been talking, and I don't know. It seems like the YouTube poop sphere, in my opinion, at least me to things in CS188 are kind of struggling. You know what I mean? I'm currently my boyfriend got fired, and yeah, it's been pretty hard since then. You guys all know that. But then CS188 has been working. You know, I think he's doing DoorDash or something like that to make ends meet. And the things is, I think working at a factory, right, honey? I don't know. Would you ever poop Azimagold? Oh God, I don't know if I could stand. I've never seen Azimagold speak. You know, I mean, I made I made a full length poop of Vosh. This is some deep lore, actually. I mean, I got into like a beef with Vosh, over metaphysics or something. I blocked him, as a joke, basically, but I also didn't like him. And yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I pooped him. I made a full length YouTube poop, where I basically called him the P word over and over again. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube stream, like live, but you know what I'm talking about. Vosh. I called him Vosh. And he, yeah, I basically was like holding it in my back pocket for, we were going to debate metaphysics on his live stream. And I was going to drop it the moment before the debate started. That was the plan. But he didn't fall for the bait. He didn't fall for it. Anyway, I need a full-length poop at once, I'm assuming you meant. Yeah, of Vosh. I don't think I will. It's gone now. Like, I don't know. I make and delete a lot of stuff. So I don't think the Vosh YouTube poop is ever gonna see the light of day. And I don't remember any of the specific jokes. I also made a poop of H3H3, of his content nuke, and a few other things. Some of them are on my Blue Sky if you follow there. But like H3H3 is another like subject who's just so disgusting. You know what I mean? To watch and very difficult to make funny. Just because the sounds he makes are off-putting. You know what I mean? Like it's not funny anymore. Maybe it was back then. I feel like you don't need to do much to that video. A full-length poop, eat more fiber. So true. Yeah, just a real rattlesnake. You know, just coiling. Never meet your heroes, I guess. Yeah, you know. I'm assuming you mean me right now. H3H3, it's too litigious now. That's the other thing, you know what I mean, is that I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to be on the bad side of somebody that litigious. I'm already in, like, legal trouble and stuff like that. Not me personally. Although me personally, I guess. I was hit with a slap suit, for defamation, apparently, by my boyfriend's former boss, who fired him illegally. And so I posted about how much of a shitty person he is. And I didn't break the law. That wasn't defamation because it was all true. Anyway, let's keep talking about something else. So basically there's a Venus? Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's been just spamming Venus or something. Dr. Phil and Sam Harris often say things out of context. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we all say things out of context. What is context, you know? I feel like that's a core question at the heart of my work. What is context, you know? Did he say that is another thing I like to play with, you know? Did he really say that? Yes, he did. He really said 3 times. If you know, you know. That's a reference to Jordan Peterson Confesses. Go check it out. I don't know where I'm pointing. You know? Just, back in the day, you used to make annotations. Remember that? Because you could just point somewhere and then just put it there later. Bart, I'm a #1 fan. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lich. It's cool to meet my #1 fan. Context clues. Why the flag, then? Come on. What's up with the flag? What do you mean? the gay flags in the title? You got a problem with gay people? You got a problem with trans people? No, my boyfriend is a transgender, and I also just support trans people, of course. You know? You don't? Unsubbing intensifies. Oh no! Oh no! Some people prefer me to stay anonymous, you know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, you can have your preferences for how you want your content to be consumed, but, you know, I don't think we live in that age anymore, to be honest, you know? Wint, Drill, he went public with his identity, like, a few years ago. And, like, that's Drill, dude, you know? Like, I'm no Drill. Like, I can't fucking, like, do the shit he does. But, like, yeah, he basically was like, I'm just some guy, you know? And people need to understand that like this, there's this mystical quality. You know, a lot of people, like, consumed, for instance, like, We Can Be Bees, not knowing that it came from me. And it's like, that's fine, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I'm glad that they were entertained. I'm glad that I put out that fucking good juju, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, it's kind of, you know, it's hard being a creator online nowadays. You know what I mean? For if you have a big audience, sometimes you can't even monetize it. Like Drill had a problem monetizing. What the fuck? Extended Bradley? That's a new one. I never heard that one before. It's 4:36 a.m. in the UK. I'm supposed to be sleeping. We have so many UK and Australian and New Zealand fans. That's so cool. You should go to sleep then. This isn't good for you, you know? You can't keep doing this, man. Or you, I suppose. You gotta get some rest. Would you like to hear a bird fact? Yeah, absolutely. Nat goes birding. That'd be cool. Overwhelmingly vertical Barth. I think I've heard something like that before, but good try. Good try. Gave it the old college try. We should kick those people out of the chat. Western Hemisphere only. Oh my God. We got some West. You're defending Western civilization, you know, against the woke invasion. These damn foreigners. Your content gives me the biggest belly laughs on tough days. Always be you, G. Thank you so much. That's really nice to hear. It's really sweet. You know, I don't think about the audience so much, you know, like in the sense that, of course I think about the audience. Okay, let me backtrack. But like, you know, in the sense that, like, I can't think about people enjoying it. I think more about the haters, to be honest. I think more about the imperfections. And so, like, you know, my commentary tracks, you know, elucidate that. But, like, I'm just some asshole, you know? I'm kind of a negative Nelly about my own stuff. I don't think that's what makes, like, it funny. Is this narcissistic? I feel like this is so narcissistic. But, like, I can't stop, you know? It's like... Whatever. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I missed the bird fact, by the way. Hold on, where's the bird fact? Where's the bird fact? I love birds. Is that the bird fact? You can copy paste it again and I'll see it. I like you. Thank you for the 5 Canadian, and Deno. Tell us about the gosh darn music. You mean the mashups? I mean, that's sort of like a... Look, like, not everyone's a fan of the mashups. I get it. But, it, like, I need, you know, I feel like I'm a remix artist, you know, and I need a hobby. So mashups are my hobby, you know? Yeah, I'm not planning on, like, making it big or something like that. I just really like, I like Neil Cicerega and Pluffaduff and stuff. What?
Gotta Mr. Beastify.
What does that mean?
Mr. Beastify.
Well, I know what that means, but, like, in this instance, how do I Mr. Beastify?
Well, we gotta go for the big leagues. We gotta shoot for the stars.
Yeah, we're not stopping until we're big as Jesus. Very tall Bart, taller than Jesus. Tell your friends. Long fan here. Hi, hello. I'm sorry I can't read all of your messages. I'm used to a smaller audience, and so that's probably like a smaller live audience, and so that's probably what's going on. I'm also a very meta speaker, so I'm going to comment on the stream itself as it happens. Spend a lot of money. I wish I could. I'm from Germany. It's almost 6 a.m. here. I wish I could find that bird fact. My bird fact is lost in the chat, like tears in the rain. Fuck. Damn, I'm never going to learn anything about birds except that they have disgusting cloacias or whatever you say, however you say that. And disgusting ears. Have you ever seen birds' ears? I hate them. They're just holes. It's like they were shot through the middle, you know? I shouldn't talk about cloaca on a live stream. I feel like I should keep things a little bit more civil. You know what I mean? Who would win, you or a taller but physically weaker Bart? Well, if he's physically weaker, I feel like I could destroy him. You know, I don't fight fair. You know, I fight dirty. I fight cruel. You know, there's a few stories to elucidate that, but I feel like I need to tone down the narcissism. Ears should be more than just holes. Absolutely, Kudos Live. Shout out Kudos Live, by the way. Click on their username if you want to see some amazing poops of me. This guy, this person, not the Bart guy, me, from YouTube. I mean, you know, originally from Twitter. Tear saying, hey, how you doing? Can't click names in live stream. Can't do that? Okay, well then look up Kudos Live. Everybody poops. That's true. Everybody does. Because what is poop? This is a future upcoming video, by the way, is the, whatchamacallit? Iceberg as a video essay sort of deal. Like a half iceberg, half video essay about YouTube poops. I don't know. I've been cooking on it, like the script for like months now. It was one of the first posts I ever made on Blue Sky, talking about this. And I was just going to go deep into the history and philosophy and definitions of YouTube poops. And yeah, spoiler warning, that was one of the things we talked about. I don't remember what the question was exactly. Get philosophical with it. Well, that's the thing. That's why it's an iceberg. So, like, we're going to start out with, like, what is YouTube? You know, like everyone knows unnecessary censorship, for instance. Like, unnecessary censorship, if you're not familiar, was, like, a segment on, The Daily Show, back in the day. And it's just a ripoff of YouTube poops. It's exactly what it sounds like, unnecessary censorship, you know? They would just take random clips and beep out, you know, random words. And people accused them of, even back then, they accused them of just, you know, aping YouTube poop culture. So, yeah, I want to introduce the idea that, like, YouTube poop is more mainstream than you might believe. And second of all, that it's also, it can define anything. So, like, the definition of art, I think that's what the original question was about art itself. You know what I mean? I was going to compare it, like, YouTube poop, what is YouTube? Does a YouTube poop need to be on YouTube? Does it need to be edited? You know what I mean? It does need to be edited. I feel like that's the only thing, is it just needs to be a remix. I don't know how, but I didn't expect you to look like you. I love the Joe Rogan AI stuff you did. Thank you so much. I do look like some guy. We need to make YouTube poop more popular. That's true. It's having like a renaissance, people are claiming on TikTok. I've been seeing a lot of like car shit. I don't know, like cars YouTube poop, like not Cars the movie, but like car maintenance YouTube poops. I don't know. I saw one today and I was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it's cool. It's funny. I love YouTube poops. But like, what? Who's sitting around like watching car maintenance videos? Like, why do people, like, I don't know why people watch certain stuff, man. Does anybody feel that way about, like, the shit that goes on the internet? Oh, like CS188 series. I'm not sure. Would you talk about YouTube poops not in English? I could help with a Brazilian poop history. I would love to know more about international YouTube poops and remix culture, and anti-propaganda and stuff like that. Like taking shit that sucks, you know, especially, and making it good. I like that. Any plans for the big 100K? Well, I don't know. This is sort of, maybe this will be it. Maybe this is just the 100K special. This Q&A. But it's you're the genius behind the madness. Yes, I am. Getting a lot of like new viewers. I feel like everyone who tunes in watches for like 5 seconds, which is exactly what I want. Anyway, you like steaks? That's great. I love steaks. But I can't eat them because I have heart disease. That's not true. You ever just, I don't know, I just say shit. I enjoy car videos. My thing is mostly computers, but I also watch computer videos. See, I don't get you. I don't understand you, Cade Squirrel. I mean, I respect you. I'm not saying that I like don't like you. I actually think that I'm almost like jealous. You know what I mean? Because it's like the closest I ever got was like I liked learning about like obscure history. You know what I mean? But it was even that was like borderline like spooky storytelling. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I don't have that brain, you know, for like mechanical objects and stuff like that. I'm a YouTube pooper. On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay? 10. You're so cool. Dude, you're incredibly talented. Huge fan of your work. Thank you. Truly art. Have you considered making an Instagram? Yes, I do have an Instagram. Yeah, love from Colombia. Awesome. I will, I'll post more on Instagram. Yeah, I'll consider that. How do you manage to be so prolific? Not anymore, honestly. I used to be more prolific, and that was mainly because Penis Prager and Jordan Peterson themselves are so prolific. And so I was able to get into a groove. I was also more financially stable back then. I still had financial support. And now yeah, you know, don't. So it's harder to create. Yeah, at least in the political realm, it's harder to create. So how am I so prolific? I mean, the other answer is that this is all I do. To be honest, I just love. This is what I've done since a kid. You know what I mean? Like it always weirded me out that people didn't do what I do. I don't know. Like, you ever feel that way? Where it's like you, I don't know. I don't know. I used to post a shit ton on Reddit. I used to post a shit ton on 4chan even. I was on the music board a lot, and yeah. Tea. Yeah, I love that shit. Love my tea. Not like the, you know, oi governor. We just lost all the British viewers. You became part of the mainstream Invincible meme scene without most people even knowing. How's that feel? It's got to be uncanny a bit now. Oh my god, it was fucking weird. Yeah, I already addressed it earlier, but like, yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I couldn't open my phone for a while. Like, I really couldn't. I really like that. That's a weird feeling. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've gotten into like controversies before. I've had like things go viral, but like the fact that I couldn't go on TikTok or YouTube without seeing that shit, weird, man. I don't know how else to say it without getting repetitive. Girl spilled the tea. Absolutely. Absolutely. Isn't that a great response to girl spilled the tea? Absolutely. Okay. This isn't your world. Yeah. You guys are just you know the meme. If PragerU was a school, dude, yeah. You know, fun fact about that, if you're not familiar, I tweeted, well, I didn't tweet. See, that's the fun fact, is that I didn't ever actually tweet that. If PragerU was a real school, I would blank it up, fill in the blanks. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, so like, I'm keeping it tame. I never actually tweeted that. It was in my drafts, and I photoshopped one of my own tweets to say that, and then deleted it, and then screenshotted it myself, And yeah, so it's all fake. It was all fake. I used to do a lot of shit like that on Twitter, like make fake, I don't know, like interactions with Jordan Peterson. I would like pretend like I had DM'd him and stuff, you know. Yeah. Seaman Demon bit is so damn funny. LOL. F yourself. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Thank you. What would your reaction be if somebody YouTube pooped this stream? I would be very happy. That'd be really cool. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. If you need cheaper living, New Mexico is increasingly blue, and the food is delicious. You'd definitely be welcome here. I've been to New Mexico twice, to Albuquerque specifically. I went on the Breaking Bad tour. There's a Breaking Bad tour there, which is very cool. And you drive around in an RV, and fucking, there's bullet holes in the side. You know, it's the Breaking Bad RV. Do I have any funny stories from that? Because you get to see all the locations, you know, because it's all local. Jesse's house is literally, like Jesse's first house that he lived in is literally around the corner from Chuck's house. Is that interesting? See, I felt like when I went to Albuquerque, it was a great city, but the Breaking Bad shit, it's just a suburb, you know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, it's just a car wash. Like, it's kind of cool, I guess, but like, you know, Breaking Bad's not like, it's not like Lord of the Rings, where it's like you would go to New Zealand and be like, oh my god, you know? No wonder they filmed here. It's like the reason they filmed in Albuquerque was because they offered them tax breaks. It wasn't because it was a particularly... It is aesthetic. I gotta agree that it's an aesthetic city. Old Mexico is also a viable option. Also have considered that. Also have considered South America. I don't know where specifically in South America, but maybe. Shout out South Americans. Bart, what is your opinion on the recent situation with the second moon? The second moon? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to pretend like I do. I think it's woke, honestly. I think it's really woke and kind of gooner-brained, you know? And, you know, I think we should send baby Gronk there to rizz up the second moon. I think. Old Moon was fine. I do agree. The Old Moon, like, kind of kicked ass, you know? It was like the other one. Because, like, the sun's the main guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's the... he's the star of the show. But the moon, like, you know, you can't have black without white, you know? You can't have yin without yang. Spaghetti without meatballs. Just yap sesh. You just yap on this, you know? That's what I keep saying. The second moon must be destroyed. Yeah, fuck the second moon. Honestly, I kind of think that the second moon... I think it's a psyop. I don't think there is any second moon, you know? I think that there's a chance, but I don't think that it's ever going to happen, you know? I think it's another one of these like leftist like, you know, plans, you know, like fucking universal healthcare, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna build a second moon. We're gonna build a second moon and we're gonna send it up there and it's just gonna rotate around the first moon. It's gonna be like a moon and then a moon and then this moon. And it's just gonna be, and it's like, that would cost way too much money, and we need that money to go to the military, you know? What, is this going to have an orbital space laser? Because otherwise I'm not going to pay for it as an American. I'm not going to vote for it. Oh dang, YouTube finally giving me elongated Bartholomew stream. Well, this is like the first one, basically. I streamed a few times, like a 24-hour stream. I'm such a big fan of your videos, thank you so much. Triple the defense budget, absolutely. Another 10 trillion to Israel, you know, forever. Have you ever pooped anywhere other than a toilet? Yeah, I've pooped in a living room. Um, oh, you mean yeah? I actually thought you meant like YouTube pooping. Like, have I ever pooped anywhere but a toilet? Have I ever pooped anywhere but a toilet? That's a good question. I don't think so. That's strange. You would think, but I think all the camping that I've ever done has been like fake ass camping where there's like there was either an RV or like, you know, a toilet nearby. Camping, shit in the woods. I think I made a shit in woods maybe once, you know, maybe when I was in like Florida or something. Um, is there such a thing as TikTok poop? Sorta. I mean, there's some people, like I said, they're doing car maintenance YouTube poops. I upload now my YouTube poops to TikTok because they're getting some traction, and of course the We Can Be Beast thing blew up on TikTok. What else do I need to address in this stream? You know, um, like are there pertinent, burning, you know, like what's the elephant in the room here, right? I feel like we're all ignoring the elephant in the room, you know? And I need you to snap out of it and just acknowledge what's happening, you know? Um, you need to address your music taste. Oh, you're right. That is the elephant in the room. You're so right. I love all music. I don't fucking know. I was talking about this literally today. I was like, how do you answer that question? Whatever. Let me try. King Crimson was my favorite band. Probably still is. I liked Led Zeppelin a lot. I used to collect CDs. I had hundreds of them before my mom threw them away. And the ones I listened to the most were the Avalanches. And yeah, I was on the 4chan music board. I don't know. I could probably like post a chart at some point. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I doubt it. Yeah, I like stoner metal a lot. I like rap, you know? I love like Nas. I like I used to like old Kanye back in the day. Now it's like embarrassing, you know? Uh who else in I don't know. Those are like the most defining Bart like artists, I would say. I used to work at a real estate appraisal firm, and I was so bored that I would just sit there and listen to like 5 albums a day that I had never heard before. And yeah, just brand new. I don't remember most of them. You know what I mean? But like I loved. You know, I got into punk music, Dead Kennedys, whatever. You know, Dracula rap. I love Dracula flow. That shit's amazing. Even though I'm not a huge Joji fan. Dracula flow. Check it out. Thank you for the 5 Canadian Tomato Head Gaming. Formal request for a Zoran Mamdani YouTube poop. Hey, that's an idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll check that out. What other, I don't know, favorite albums? In the Court of the Crimson King was my favorite for a long time. Wildflower. Is there anything interesting in there? Anything good? You know? I don't know. I feel like I summed it up. Radiohead? You know, I mean, OK Computer was my favorite. I really like Reckoner, you know? Yeah. Bjork, sorta. I never loved Bjork. Death Grips, a little bit, or work with them. I don't know. I was just there for like a lot of the Death Grips releases, and so that was like a time, you know what I mean? Will Kramer say it again? Absolutely. He probably says it every day. I feel like he doesn't feel bad at all. No, I'm joking. I think he does regret it a lot. But like it's kind of funny to imagine that he doesn't, you know? Oh man. That's how everyone is nowadays. You wouldn't see the Kramer shit happen nowadays. Somebody who said that shit would not back down. They, like, nowadays people just, they stake their reputation on everything that they say all the time, and they never apologize. Like, have you noticed that shit? Like, do you think Dave Chappelle will ever apologize for what he says about trans people? Yeah, no, yeah. Moist Critical's lost brother. Yeah, I'm like if Moist Critical was nasally. Ego, so true. Very cabin warmed Barth. Can't stay long. Just want to say thank you for providing many laughs during these dark times. Fireside chat is genius. Thank you so much. It's also the fart side chat, by the way. Just to correct you. God, I'm feeling the burnout. My God. Streaming on mobile is like crazy. You know what I mean? Margot, your last name is very unfortunate. Oh man, I probably ruined the VOD by talking too much about how hard this is. The day may come, but it's going to take a person in Dave's personal life. Who's Dave? Were we talking about somebody named Dave? I like the Zoran Mamadi idea. I'm going to take a look at Zoran more. Mom Donnie. God, I'm so bad. Honestly. Like, I feel like I have dyslexia sometimes. Mondani. Like, Zoran Mondani, the more I look into him, the more I'm like, because I'm a cynic when it comes to all of these fucking politicians, any one of them, you know what I mean? But I gotta admit that Mamdani seems pretty solid. That's not to say that I don't expect him to, you know, have problems, you know? But we'll see what happens, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll be the one to bring us out of this nightmare, you know? I doubt it. But it's at least some good news. And that's, you know, yeah, whatever. I'm just a glass half empty kind of guy. So that's what I do. Preserve this stream so we can make a YouTube poop from it. Yeah, I would love to start like maybe a second channel at some point. I still don't feel like I'm a good enough streamer, honestly, to justify having a second channel where I stream. So I'm gonna keep working on it. I've only been doing it for like a year and a half on Twitch. And I don't like to half-ass shit, you know what I mean? Except for one Signjack Horsfeld, the most half-assed YouTube poop.
Dude, that shit rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's awesome.
Yeah, somebody actually sent me a message that was their favorite YouTube poop of mine was Signjack Horsfeld. Goated. Wow, what a champion. That is a real fan right there, you know? Because I believe that is one of my worst videos ever. Absolutely. It honestly kind of slapped. You know, I made that in such a deep, like almost psychotic depression because I didn't have any of my medication. And so I was just operating on fucking, you know, I didn't have my antidepressants. You gotta go. This was great. Have a good temporal period, y'all. Adios. Thank you, Marcos. Have a good one. We're gonna wrap up in about 2 minutes here. Yeah. What else do we need to address? These elephants in the room. There's so many of them. Is tall Bart tall? No, I'm 5'11". I mean, that's tall to some people. That's pretty tall, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things. George Washington said, "Break on through to the other side," repeatedly. And out of that came communism. Thank you so much, Buddha Leviathan, for the $10. That's an Alex Jones quote, of course. Alex Jones, I think it is a fascinating subject. I don't think that I did Alex Jones justice, but it feels like it's too late to do Alex Jones, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe if I get desperate for content, I'll do Alex Jones, but like, Alex Jones is, he's a gold mine, of course. I just didn't do it right. Like, you can't do it in the Bart style. You have to go crazier, when you sentence mix, Alex Jones, you know? Top 3 moment in your videos, yeah, for sure. I don't think so, honestly. It's weird. I don't know. I mean, I try to just publish whatever makes me laugh, you know? And I'm in some ways a very easy guy to please, and in some ways a very difficult guy to please when it comes to comedy.
Wow.
I don't know. Would you agree with that assessment? What kind of comedian are you, honey? Because honestly, Cabin Worm is the comedian. Like, he's funnier than me.
Yeah, I'm the Kramer.
Yeah, he's the Kramer, and I'm the Jerry. I'm the one that can't act and just is a faker. And
Jerry.
but nothing else. Nothing else. I share nothing else in common with him. Want to be clear. Want to be clear about that.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear. I mean, I remember I made a meme when I was little. It was "Let me be," and then he turns into a bee. Yeah, I've always found bees kind of funny. By the way, I love that the "We Can Be Bees" thing went viral. This is what I'll end off on. I love that the "We Can Be Bees" thing inevitably went viral, specifically because I had trans people in mind when I made the "We Can Be Bees" joke. Like, for some reason, bees are sort of, I've recognized, like, they were, like, in Minecraft, I'm pretty sure the Minecraft bees, like, are considered trans by the trans community. Like, bees have become some sort of, I like the idea that trans people could share in that joke together. And so that made me really, really happy. So, you know, regardless of, you know, my financial situation, like seeing my work go viral like that, it's always very meaningful, and very meaningful that it was that joke in particular, because I don't know how to prove it, but I was like, trans people are gonna love this one, and they did, and that makes me really happy. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna tap out now. Donate to Lou's House if you want to support that. And that's a, what do you call it? Fucking nonprofit that me and my boyfriend started to rehouse trans people. And then, what else? Look out for the Jordan Peterson poop that's going to come out next week, most likely. It depends on a few factors. But I'm going to stream probably tomorrow on Twitch. You can check me out there. And what else do I got to say to, like, the YouTube fans, you know? Because you guys are the core, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be anything without the YouTube. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys, I guess. Thank you for sticking by me, and thank you for the culture around my videos. It's really nice to watch. All right, see you guys. Enough sappiness, you know. Bye. How do I stop?